All right, but right now let's get to one of the Broncos experts. He knows it all. Troy Renck from the Denver Post. He's the beat writer. He's there for every practice, every game. Every time Peyton walks out of that building, Renck is right there in his face.
He is.
So, Troy, what do you think, man? Art and I are talking about the offense. I'm not worried at all. I think this thing's going to do exactly what they said it was going to do, take some time to get together. But the way the defense played, as Kubiak said, if you win this game, you've got to be happy about the way you did it.
Yeah, I mean, you have to win this way late in the season when it's cold. You have to win this way on the playoffs in the road. And so that's encouraging. And you look at the way they did it, they were able to get pressure on Joe Flacco in 65% of his passes.
Right.
That was basically without blitzing. And so to do that, the way DeMarcus Ware and Von Miller played yesterday, those are things, those are playoff-type ability to get to the passer, to create interceptions, pick sixes. On the other side, the offense, it's not that it's just a work in progress. It's what is their offensive identity going to be? They haven't figured that out. I think after 3 games, we'll have a better read, but right now, they're still trying to figure out who they are offensively.
Well, look, my question to you, Troy, is this first unit, we haven't seen a touchdown out of them since the playoff game against the Colts. We get a win yesterday, but at what point do you see this finally clicking? Because we're in the regular season right now, work in progress or not. Eventually, they're going to have to put points on the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's 21 possessions led by Peyton Manning without a touchdown. That just seems hard to wrap your head around if you watch Manning the previous 3 seasons where they'd have, 45-second drives, and he had 55 touchdown passes in a season a couple years ago. So the idea they're struggling to score at all, it's a fascinating dynamic. It's going to require continued compromise, both by Kubiak and Manning. Manning's going to have to continue to buy in and have games where he throws for 180 yards. There are going to be games they need him to win and throw for 300 yards and throw for 4 touchdowns. But there are going to be games like yesterday where his biggest ability and his biggest value is that on the 4-yard line, a 9-yard completion, and his ability to get them in the right running play. His value hasn't changed, but it is measured differently. It's in how he gets them in running plays and making 2 or 3 plays a game, not 30 plays a game.
Well, Troy, look, Gary Kubiak said it. You're going to have to win a game 42-35 somewhere down the road. He also said this might be the greatest defensive football game he's ever seen. Look, back to Peyton now. I mean, as we said, he was close to throwing a couple of touchdown passes.
Sanders.
If Sanders would have hit one, that long drive at the end, I mean, they started running the ball. They started clicking, converting third downs the way Gary Kubiak's offense, that's what you're supposed to do, by running the football. I mean, there's some encouraging things there as well, and I believe things that can be worked out. If they'd have punched it in at the end, we're not even talking about this right now.
Well, if Ronnie Hillman had broken that one run and scored in a touchdown, you're right. What is satisfying if you're a Bronco fan is that on that last drive, 17 plays. That's longer than any drive last season.
It's amazing. 11 minutes?
Siphoned 11 minutes off the clock. That was never done last season. And the fact that they ran the ball 11 times out of 17 plays, 16 if you don't count the field goal. They had only run the ball at that point 14 times. So when they had to run, they were able to. You could not say that about the team last year. So that is a good sign. The other sign is Peyton Manning's arm strength wasn't the issue. The issue yesterday was that he has getting constant pressure.
Yeah.
He can't be taking 4 sacks and 5-6 square hits a game. He will not survive the season at 39 if they don't clean up the protection.
All right, last question for you. No rest for the weary.
Yeah, here we go.
We've got Kansas City in Kansas City on Thursday night. Do you think we're going to see improvement from this offense? What are you looking forward to come Thursday from Peyton Manning and company?
Better protection, routes that get him going early, but they are going to do everything they can to establish the running game and the road and win that way and play backward, run first to set up play action. Yesterday they tried to throw to set up the run late, and they did it. They were able to run late. I think you're going to see the reverse in Kansas City because for all the grousing about the Broncos offense, and it's understandable, Baltimore's a really good team, and they have a really good defense, and they're a Super Bowl contender. So this was a hard game to measure this marrying of concepts. We'll have a better read after Detroit game in Week 3. But, look, I believe they're going to try to establish the run to set up play action late for Manning in the second half.
Yeah, and seeing Peyton a little bit peeved and perturbed, to me that's a good thing because that makes him work harder. I think Peyton feeds off of criticism and negativity. He's just going to come back as hard as he can to get this thing right as fast as he can. All right, Troy Renck from the Denver Post, thanks for joining us, man.